Hintay mo, sali na! Sa Res Bakuna, protektado ka na, panalo pa! Bakunado Panalo Raffle, para sa'yo ito! Para sa karagdagang impormasyon, pumunta sa aming website.
Hello, grade 10. Do you still remember me? I'm your cool and jolly teacher broadcaster, Ma'am Julie. Come and join me in another episode of English 10. It seems that you are excited to learn our lesson today. But first, let's review what we learned from our previous lesson. Do you remember what we discussed last time? Nice! We discussed evaluating and making judgments. We learned that in making judgments, it is necessary that evaluators form a sense of objectivity, which means that our personal feelings are detached from the act of judgment. We also talked about the 6 common criteria used in evaluating. Let's see if you still know them by doing a quick activity where you need to fill in the missing letters in the words that will be shown on the screen. Number 1. This refers to the idea, concept, focus, or details of the subject matter as discussed in the text. Number 2, it refers to the accuracy in punctuation and capitalization. Number 3, it refers to the emotion or feelings expressed by the text. Number 4, it deals with the appropriateness of the words used, especially in terms of depth and level of formality. Number 5, this refers to the connection and organization of words, phrases, ideas, and concepts presented in the text. Number 6, it deals with fluency and accuracy in terms of language structure and facility. Did you get them all correctly? Excellent! Now let's see if you can properly evaluate any type of text using those criteria. will show you some items and you will evaluate them using the given criterion. Let's call this activity the Judgment Day. Ooh. First, evaluate the content of these two songs. If the theme is about having the courage to show who you really are, which song is more appropriate? A. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. From Let It Go, from the movie Frozen. Or letter B. See the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. From How Far I'll Go, from the movie Moana. Did you choose A, Let It Go, from the Disney movie Frozen? That's right! That song portrays how Elsa finally showed her true power and did not mind what people think about her. While How Far I'll Go talks about how Moana eagerly wanted to find her life's purpose. Second, let's evaluate the following paragraph for cohesion. To live in a big house is my parents' dream. They always mention it when we eat or watch TV together. My sisters like spending time with our grandparents. So, I promised myself to fulfill that dream for them. Does the paragraph show cohesion? The answer is no. It's because the sentence, my sisters like spending time with our grandparents, is not related to the topic of the paragraph, which is about someone's parents' dreams. Next, which of the two would get a check mark as far as grammar is concerned? Letter A. As soon as I look up in the sky, I see how blessed I am to breathe and live. Letter B. She patiently wait for her beloved near the river. Yes, it is sentence A that will get a check mark for correct grammar. Sentence B has a grammar error and should be written this way. She patiently waits for her beloved near the river. Next, let's identify which of the two has good mechanics. Letter A. Kier usually goes swimming on Tuesdays. Or letter B. Agnes eats bread and eggs for breakfast. If A is your answer, great! In this sentence, there is no mistake in capitalization and punctuation, while the second example has mistakes in both areas. This time, let's see the next two sentences. Which of them is better as far as word choice is concerned? Letter A. The boy eats something in that place. Or letter B. Rose studies English in the library. If you answer B, you're correct. It's the correct answer because it uses specific words like Rose, English, and library to clearly state the idea. Finally, read the two lines and choose the sentence that has a tone of optimism or positivity. Letter A. We live in a society where hope fades slowly. Or letter B. There are lots of bad things going on in my life nowadays, yet I choose to smile. I hope you answered B. The words, yet I choose to smile, help us understand that the tone of the sentence is optimism. Whew, that's a tough one, but you did great. Now, we can advance to our next lesson. Are you ready? Energize, engage, and enjoy as we learn new things in English. Are you up for a searching game? Fantastic! In this game, I will let you look at a stanza from a poem. Your task is to quickly find and scan the word that is synonymous with the given word or words. It seems you can't wait for it, so let's scan the mystery words. Number 1. It means girl. The night was dark, for the moon was young, and the stars were asleep and rare. The clouds were thick, yet youth went out to see his maiden fair. Girl means maiden. Awesome! Number 2. It means begged or appealed. Dear one, he pleaded as he knelt before her feet in tears. My love is true. Why have you kept me waiting all these years? Did you say pleaded? Excellent! Pleaded means begged or appealed. Number 3. It refers to being determined or tireless. The maiden looked at him unmoved, it seemed, and whispered low, persistent youth, you have to prove by deeds your love is true. The answer is persistent. Cool. It means determined or tireless. Number 4. This means grumbled or complained. Then back to his maiden fair he ran, unmindful of the rain. But his feet slipped and he fell down, and loud he groaned with pain. If you answered groaned, that's correct. Groaned means grumbled or complained. Number 5. It refers to be unaware or unconscious. Then back to his maiden fair he ran, unmindful of the rain. But his feet slipped and he fell down, and loud he groaned with pain. I hope you said unmindful. If you did, you're right. To be unmindful means to be unaware or unconscious. Number 6. This means loving or warm-hearted. Still in his hand he held the prize that would win his maiden's hand. And he thought of his mother dear, so kind, so sweet, so fun. The correct answer is fond. Fond also means loving and caring. Number 7. It means darling or dear. There's not a thing I would not do for you, beloved, said he. Then go, said she, to your mother dear, and bring her heart to me. Darling or dear means beloved. Did you have fun finding the answers? Good job! The content of the poem is related to its title, since it talks about an expression of mother's love for her child. The stanzas are in order because they are organized from the beginning to the end of the story. Moreover, the thoughts and ideas are clearly conveyed by the use of simple and specific lines in the ballad. Therefore, it has good content. Its cohesion is good too, since the lines are related to each other. They are also connected to the theme of the poem. In terms of grammar, there is no problem with subject-verb agreement. All the words are used correctly, according to their forms and functions. On the other hand, we have to consider the genre of the selection when we pertain to mechanics. Since it is a poem, there is a certain rule that we need to keep in mind. The first letter of the line of the poem should be capitalized, regardless whether it's a part of a sentence. And as we have noticed, the poem uses capitalization and punctuation properly. Now let's evaluate for word choice. If we will look closely at the poem's choice of words, we can say that words used in the poem are specific, detailed, and appropriate. Then the tone of the poem is consistent in showing sadness. It is greatly expressed in the lines of the poem. At this point, you have to evaluate the poem using the given criteria. Write your observations or explanations in your notebook. Here are the indicators: content, cohesion, grammar, mechanics, word choice, and tone. Don't worry! To help you evaluate and make judgments, I will give you some guided questions. Let's start with the content. Are the lines related to the title of the poem? Are the stanzas organized and in order? Are the thoughts and ideas conveyed in the poem clear? Cohesion. Are the lines related to each other? Is there a line that is not connected to the thought of the poem? Next, grammar. Do all subjects agree with their verbs? Are all the words used correctly? For mechanics, are the words properly capitalized? Does the author use the correct punctuation in each stanza? Word choice. Are the words used broad or specific? Does the author use appropriate words to clearly deliver the meaning of each word? Finally, tone. What is the atmosphere of the poem? Does the author use the appropriate words to express his feelings toward the characters of the poem? Were you able to evaluate all the criteria? Amazing! You're so cool! You can already properly evaluate and judge text using the 6 criteria. For your homework, kindly read the speech of Nelson Mandela on fighting poverty. Keep in mind that learning English is fun and awesome when you put your heart and mind in what you do. Once again, I'm your cool and jolly teacher broadcaster, Ma'am Julie. Keep safe and stay healthy. God bless you!